So I was an infant, not yet one, when we moved to Charlotte. And we were there for 5 years or so. And then my mom, who graduated undergrad at UNC Charlotte, 3 kids and finishing up school, very impressive. She went to get her master's in systems research at Chapel Hill. So we moved to Chapel Hill in '71, and my dad opened up a branch of the office with Charles Beckton in Chapel Hill. So I ended up doing all my K-12 in Chapel Hill, even though we started out in Charlotte. One thing about going away for a period of time, and I was gone about a decade, is that it makes you reflect back on where you were. And by the time I was in graduate school, I was certain I wanted to move back to North Carolina. I love the state. It's a wonderful state. So many things great about it. The people, the beauty, the culture. And I wanted to be of this place. I wanted to have a family here. And it also helped in grad school. I met my now wife, Anna. We met after our first year of law school, and she was at UNC Law School. So we met after 1 L years. So we came and got engaged and married and lived here in Raleigh, 1995. I was just raised in a house where the law was central to everything, and it's how my brain works. I'm a very rational person, and it made sense. It was sort of like a lot of people take their parents' trade, and that was what I did. I knew that I wanted to go to law school, and I also went to policy school, but I didn't know I wanted to be a lawyer. I knew I wanted to do something about trying to make things fairer for more people. And so when I graduated law school, I actually didn't go practice law. I worked for an organization in Durham called the Self-Help Credit Union, which continues to thrive. It's the largest community development bank in the country. And I worked in their real estate arm developing affordable housing in Durham and renovating a old hospital, dilapidated hospital in Wilson that's now a small business incubator and a nonprofit headquarters. And I thought that economic development work was going to be where I put my energy. And then next thing I know it, I'm Roy Cooper's consumer protection chief. It was doing that work at the AG's office with Cooper that I ended up spending a lot of time at the General Assembly, because I was his point person on a do not call law, which used to work before the internet came along, and on identity theft. We did one of the first privacy protection bills in the country that served as a model for a lot of states on security freezes and things like that. So I spent so much time at the General Assembly, and when you're over there for a long time observing, you're not only there, you've been there, you don't only hear your bills, you hear all the bills, because you don't know when your bill's going to be heard. And I just fought away in my head that at some point in my life I might enjoy doing that, because I have wide-ranging policy issues. Obviously, financial well-being and consumer protection being very important, but I also care a lot about education. I care a lot about healthcare. I care a lot about public safety. And I thought, at some point in the future, if the moment's right, I might run for the General Assembly, because I could work on a lot of issues. And I saw how if you're really conscientious as a legislator, you could have a big impact. My decision not to debate him is because of the anti-Semitic, the anti-gay, the anti-woman, anti-Muslim, anti-black, all of the things he said, we all knew. None of it was a surprise. I am not going to stand up and be on a platform and normalize a man consumed by hate and grievance and normalize a person who's not normal. Well, one is, if you love this country, if you believe in freedom, if you believe in equality, then we share the same foundational beliefs of what it means to be an American, to be a North Carolinian. But then second is, on the policy issues, there is so much more that we agree on than we disagree on. I'm not saying there aren't issues of disagreement. Of course that there are. But when I look at the issues I really care about, economic opportunity and good jobs, safe neighborhoods, excellent public schools with well-paid teachers, these issues are not blue issues. They are not red issues. They're not Democratic issues. They're not Republican issues. They are North Carolina issues. And sometimes we'll have different approaches to how to solve it, but no one party has a monopoly on good ideas. They just don't.